Hello, hi lovelies, and welcome to our first video recording of Spirit of Business. So today I'm super excited and grateful and happy to be sharing this space with my friend and co-creator and co-performer and conspirator and all the good things, Melissa Pym. Welcome to the space. Thank you so much for being my first guinea pig.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Pleasure. So would you like to maybe just share a few sentences about like what you're up to and just a general snapshot of maybe, a couple of things you'd like to look at?
Well, I'm starting a website for my sculpture business, and I've been sculpting for, 30 plus years, something like that. I've kind of broken into more of the fine art market with my sculpture, which I'm really glad I finally have done. Yay. And I've had a couple of exhibitions and stuff, so things are going really well. I'd like to sell my work online rather than all of the cost and all of the kind of logistics of doing exhibitions and stuff.
All right, so let's dive in. So we haven't done this live before. Normally when I do readings for people, I just sit quietly in my own space and do an audio transmission. So I'm going to put my sunglasses on so I can see my inner world a little bit more clearly. And then we'll both be looking like nice and cool and funky. So we're tuning into the spirit of the business that is Melissa Pym. So this is a process that I've been developing for the last few years. So I'll do a little intro video, which you can see here or here or here, wherever I link it in, just talking about what the spirit of business actually is. So we're basically tuning into the dreamscape of a business and working with it like it's kind of like a human. So I'm going to tune in. So I invite you to get comfy. And first of all, I'm just creating an open space internally to tune into. So I'm just asking to be shown a room. And if you like, Mel, you're welcome to close your eyes and actually just kind of imagine what I'm tuning into so that you can kind of follow along as well. I'm asking to be shown a space. I generally ask for like a safe space to be able to tune in to the spirit of business. And it can take many forms. In your instance, I'm seeing actually the inside of a huge like Gothic cathedral. That's really cool. There's lots of like glass windows up towards the top, like heading more up towards the steeple. It's very kind of ornate. At the inside, closer to the ground, is like there's not windows down there. So most of the light is coming from above. There's no one in there. It's a huge, big, empty space. And I'm just asking for the spirit of your business to come and say hello. And it can come in many forms. The form it's deciding to come in at the moment is a little white, super, super fluffy dog. It's just kind of come bounding in amongst the darkness. It's just like bounding around and jumping around on the floor. It's very happy to be seen. It's a stark kind of contrast to this huge big cathedral. It's not making any noise. It's just like running around. I'm asking it for its name. It's saying Betty or Bertie, like that kind of name. So first I'm just going to ask it to show me what the current like energy blueprint or snapshot of it is. And as I ask that, it's still like it's not barking, but it's like burning around, very excited, like running rings around this big space. But nobody can see it. There's nobody in here. But it's full of energy and like vibrancy. It's happy. So I'm going to ask it what does all okay look like? What does what does the ideal scenario look like for this business? And as soon as I asked that, the whole internal space, it's suddenly absolutely full of, it's almost like a carnival. There's like lots of colour in there. It's not noisy, but there's something moving in the middle, like spinning. It's like a vortex. And this little dog is just kind of like looking at this thing that's spinning. It looks almost like kind of like a crystal ball, but with this structure that's kind of like spinning around it, almost like a steampunk kind of like antenna or like something. It's like a technological instrument. I'm asking what it's for, to show me what it's for. And it's showing me the like images or snapshots of like different people, almost like tuning into different channels on a television or something and seeing different people, but it's people that you need to connect with. So it's creating this portal, which I guess is kind of appropriate because you're talking about like marketing and creating this website. So that's basically what that is, creating that portal. But the important bit in it seems to be that you can see them. You need to be able to see them somehow. Right. So it's almost like the marketing is more about opening this space to be able to see the people around you that are like resonant with this space that you're creating, rather than creating something and being, I guess, static in the middle of it. In practical terms, that feels like generating more of that sort of community space, or potentially like getting into online spaces where there are people already. And just my left brain brings up things like, Substack and Medium and like those kind of spaces where the traffic is already there. So it's not all about you having to create the traffic. So you need to connect with your audience rather than waiting for it to connect with you. That's what I'm kind of saying. Would you like to, so you shared a few bits that you're interested in me focusing on. Would you like to just begin with the first one?
The idea of having either biannual or quarterly auctions online.
Right, online auctions. Okay, let's have a look. It's showing like one painting and then two kind of sculpture pieces. What it's saying is that yes, to do the auctions, but not necessarily to do lots of sales. So it's saying not to have too many pieces there, just to select, 1, 2, or 3 pieces. And I'm kind of seeing, like a pot or something ceramic on a pedestal, and it's like very much sort of by itself. So you want to be in a kind of environment where they're not doing tons and tons of things. It needs to be a thing where it's more kind of like the online sense of like a spacious gallery. So each piece kind of has space around it. So something a little bit more kind of bespoke and boutique, if that kind of exists in the auction world. And so that the auction is more about, again, creating those portals. So this is really about like opening up space right now and generating that connection. So treat the auctions more for connection, and don't worry so much about it as specifically profitable kind of spaces. Even though you would sell and be profitable, more of the value in it is really opening your reach. Does that make sense?
Yes, thank you. I'm seeing it as being very stripped back and just like one piece, that's it, boom.
Yeah,
done.
like I literally just saw like one painting and then like two kind of pots. So just with a wall, like, so not surrounded by tons of stuff.
Yeah, I'm actually working on some paintings to complement. I will have a solo exhibition sometime soon, and the idea is to have just the paintings as being very stripped back, hardly even anything on there, very soft, fuzzy, a resting space for the eyes, and then the sculpture comes forward. But in a complementary kind of colour palette, So it would only be like one piece sold, per auction, very, stripped back in that way.
Nice. And you mentioned a couple of other things that aren't in my mind right now. What else would you like me to look into?
So I guess, where to find my clientele, my market. I wonder about Facebook marketing. I wonder whether I should pay money. I know that you mentioned just before that maybe trying to find a platform that has marketing built in would be beneficial. Is there any way that, I don't know, AI can help with locating your kind of clientele or patrons? Like, do I need to put any legwork into that, I guess?
Okay. It'll be good for the specifics, it'll be good to muscle test for that. I'm saying like one kind of central hub with 7 little offshoots from it. And I'm saying that the website isn't actually the core. The website is actually one of the arms. So the core needs to be one of those things that already has the traffic. That relationship might change later, but for the moment, more of the energy needs to be in the space where there's already people. And I feel like whatever that central space is something that I haven't come across yet. So yes, we can work with ChatGPT. That will be helpful to just find the best central platform for you. And then you will have your website on the outside. Later that will move to the center, but for now, that's more like your holding kind of space, the dock, but more energy needs to be in this other central space that already has your clients. I'm just checking in actually to what kind of space that central one is, whether it's like publishing or a shop or education. I'm seeing like a really like high-end department store. So it is more, there is most likely some kind of like fine art online gallery where people can go and purchase more like high-end unique items, and that would be a good central space. And then I'm seeing 3 of the social media platforms, so we can muscle test for that. We're going to need to muscle test for the rest of them. Like I can't get like that specific. There's kind of 2 there, and I feel like they're things that are not specifically platforms. I'm kind of feeling like one is probably more of like your email list. That's going to be really important to help to keep nurturing those connections. So you've got 3 social media, 1 email, the website, definitely the YouTube. So then the other one is most likely going to be more of a, I want to say TikTok, but no. But like that kind of thing, maybe a link tree. So that's what's kind of coming through at the moment. So we can muscle test for those and find the best ones for you. You were going to say something about TikTok, I think.
Oh God, I could talk about TikTok forever, but it's not going on my phone again.
Yeah. So what I might ask, I commonly just ask like, what does it need from you? What does that central structure need from you? And what's one thing that you can do in the next 24 hours to help move it forward? So I will just ask it that and we'll see what comes up. So straight away, it just came up and just showed me a bouquet of flowers. And so what that's saying to me is that, you know, flowers that are already open, they're the things that you've already created. So begin with what you already have, as in don't start like with the seeds and having to grow them and build new stuff yet. So focus on what you've already got out there, like putting what you've already created out there. And once that's moving, then you can start, you know, putting more seeds into the creative aspects of your work again. And I'm saying that, like, this dog, like, it's like on it, it's showing me like it on a leash and taking you for a walk. It wants you to get out and just see different stuff, get some fresh air and see some new horizons, just explore. And get out of what is currently known. So whether that's physically and or digitally, just to have fun and just to go out and see what's out there. Okay. Is there anything that you wanted to ask or comment on regarding those two aspects?
Well, with the flowers, yeah, I do, like, that's definitely the plan, like stuff I've already created, like my Coral Networks collection in polymer clay, that's translucent kind of caviar range. Like, yeah, that's definitely what I want to put out there. So bang on with that one. And it was funny that you're saying with the flowers, because I was literally just looking at some dresses, like with like 3-dimensional flowers all over them in the color palette, the Pip and Pop. I don't know if people know Pip and Pop, but they're awesome. They create candy lands of art. And with those Pip and Pop colours, which is the colour palette of my collection, and I was just literally looking, they're all covered in flowers, and I was like, if I'm having an exhibition opening or having a photograph, I'm going to be wearing this beautiful flower dress.
Wow, that's cool.
So, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that's totally in line with that. Okay, so yeah, that was the flower thing, and what was the last thing we were talking about? Oh my gosh.
And then I saw the dog, like, bounding off and taking you for a walk.
Yes. With the dog bounding off, yeah, I've been thinking about approaching an art kind of mentorish guy, and he does like little tours and stuff to different art exhibitions and just kind of socialise a bit more with other artists. So that kind of popped into my head, and yeah, I might be collaborating on including like animation as well as songwriting and stuff with my art too. So I guess I'm kind of broadening my scope a little bit in a few different ways. So just looking at my art in all different forms and how it can all kind of come together. So that kind of popped into my head too.
Gorgeous. I'm kind of seeing it like the artist within, and they talk about taking yourself on an artist date every week, and just just purely to just fill yourself with some inspiration. So yeah, that's really cool. I can hear the dog.
Oh my God, can you hear the dog?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh,
it's really funny. It wants you to go out for a walk.
2 or 3 days. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. You're talking about the dog, and the dog is in the backyard, probably, yes, wanting to go for a walk.
What I'm saying. It's reminding you. Get out, get some fresh air.
Oh my gosh, come and walk me, woman.
So as soon as I'm asking it, like, what's one thing that you can do today, straight away I'm seeing it like on the grass in the back garden, wanting you to hose it down with water. And so, you know, what I'm seeing with that, well, what's water is, it's the emotion. So it's about getting in and tuning into your desired outcome using that shamanic process of feeling and tasting and touching and listening and like feeling yourself in that end space. And that's nothing new. That's, you know, like all of the people around manifestation and stuff say you've got to feel it, smell it, taste it, so that the universe knows exactly what energetically what to steer you towards. So it's to be more clear on what you want to receive from it. That's what I'm seeing. And that's the, but specifically the emotion. So getting into that space of like what you want to receive out of this business, and feeling what that is in your body, and feeling all the emotions and lining up with that.
Yeah, I think I just did this then. I want people who see my work to experience, to be presenced in their body, for it to affect them.
Beautiful. And let's look at money, price point. Straight away when I ask for price point, I see like gold bullion, but kind of in the same way as America's Got Talent when they do the gold buzzer. and you just have like gold, like kind of bullion-y confetti all around.
Oh, okay.
I'm also getting a sense of the energy that you receive energetically from gold. You know, that golden, healing, light, malleable, magical, celebratory, that kind of energy of actually like putting that energy into your artwork. You probably do already. I mean, I know how much love and dedication you put into your work, but actually with every single piece, just imagining that you've just got this gold glitter just coming in and infiltrating every piece of work, you know. So yeah, so I'm just really seeing, you know, at the moment, you know, for my work or the digital work, I need to put like all of the energy and that gold glittery sparkle into that. And so I see you doing that as well. Yeah. What say you?
Funnily enough, yeah, me practicing being in the present moment, I see gold glitter. And that's the state that I am in when I'm creating art, is you're just boom in the moment.
Beautiful.
But I usually use it like as a technique to bring me back in when I've got something that's distracting me, you know, when I'm just moving around daily life. But I bring in some gold light and then some glitter. And yeah, so it's been like gold glitter has been a thing for me lately. And
so now as you're putting that out, see it as also being reciprocated back in a different form. So I'll just check in again just briefly and see if there's anything else you would like to share with you. It was just showing me like this bowl of water with like gold nuggets in the bottom of it, and it was saying like don't be afraid to get into the water, to get into the deep emotions, to actually draw out the gold. And so then I just saw like kind of going in to get the gold, but then it's like a deeper and deeper space, or like almost deep sea diving in order to actually retrieve it and bring it up to the surface. So that kind of speaks to me about kind of being a little bit less here and a little bit more here, a little bit more following, not even the gut, following the heart. So following the joy. You know, this little white fluffy dog, it's about following the joy in order to deep dive in. So don't worry too much about trying to figure it out, and don't worry about too much about the intuition. Just follow the joy. Yeah, just allowing yourself to kind of get lost in that a little bit. And then from that space, you will be able to bring that reciprocated kind of treasure back up to the surface. Yeah, it's just all about the joy of it. It's all about the joy. And down in the water, it's calm, you know, it's calm down there. There's not any junk or anything. It's just this clear kind of space. Yeah, like really blue, aquamarine blue. And I'm asking it, is there anything else? And it's just kind of like sitting there wagging its tail, just doing a little roll and then wagging its tail and doing a little roll. It's just like, no, we're ready to go. Yeah,
I think when, if we can think things, you lose touch with why you're actually creating in the first place. Yeah. So it's all about, staying in that zone is so important. Otherwise, why are you creating art? You know, you're no longer doing what you love. It becomes, you don't want it to become a chore or to feel like it's hard work or anything like that.
Yeah.
With the water, a couple of the ideas of presentation for pieces are actually submerged in water. And thinking about actually having the water maybe like in coloured kind of pastel shades, and the artwork's actually the stand that whatever the water is being held up by, having it all coral growing all around it and stuff, and just like thinking, what's the artwork? Is it this water in these weird tubes, or is it this kind of coral? But so it's interesting you're talking about and having things submerged, having the pieces submerged in water as well. So it was a little bit of a connect there too.
That's cool. And then the light play that can happen as well with the water.
Yeah, a lot of it's based around the coral networks. It's based around shadowing, and there's that beautiful translucency to it. But then, like the fingers of the coral and the shadows and the shapes and how they can move and merge around with different light, with different, in different mediums.
Actually, you know what I'm saying when you're talking is it's kind of like square, sort of tall fish tanks with them in there, and that's open on the top, so people can actually play with the top of the water and swish it around and see the kind of movement that it creates.
Yeah, tactile kind of experience.
Maybe you'll even have some gold glitter in there.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Do you have any kind of other thoughts or questions or anything like that before we finish?
No, I feel like we touched on a lot of like really key points that I was interested in. So I feel good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll put this together in a PDF, and so that you've got like a text version of it, and then you can refer back to it easily. And when we'll get off this call, and then we can talk more about like the muscle testing and stuff. So cool.
Awesome. Okay.
And Ashley, is there any links that you would like to share?
Well, my website's in progress at the moment. So I guess my Instagram, I don't even know my Instagram address. So thank you. You can tell I'm great at marketing, can't you?
Oh yeah, that's it. There's nobody in the room. You need to open up that portal. So it's happening. It's on its way. Thanks so much, lovely.